Here we are once again. On Cessid. And we return to the combat encounter that Dax began against the Diamond Squad of Clones, a veteran unit, particularly skilled unit. And the combat encounter has gone as such. You engaged them in the ships. They countered with some anti-air stuff that you managed to destroy. Dax then landed his ship and engaged them on foot. You guys had to follow suit in the Starstalker, landed your other ship, and then continued to engage them as well. They sent all of their entire squad out because they really have no other choice. They have no long-range communications, so they are they're on the beach and in the jungle with you, with half of the squad split to try and get into their shuttle, a Lambda plus Imperial shuttle that will lift off and head into orbit to try and make contact with the Star Destroyer, which is up there, the Conquest. It's been a back and forth at the moment, and as it sits at the top of this next round over here, we have two maps that we should be jumping back and forth between that go for the way that this is set up is one is on the left and one is on the right for us. You guys in chat will probably just have to try and keep up. I shall endeavor to continually jump between the two players. I know it can be annoying for me to keep doing this
like every week, try to keep up
for you guys, but it's just so much easier for the so I can capture it as well. The ground units that remain are 3 clones. You've got Sergeant Venom, the final Diamond clone who came out and has been engaging you guys on the beach, and then the second clone that took the sniper rifle off of the first clone that you guys have taken out. At the moment, Nuada and Rugo are lightsabers out on the beach fighting with these clones, and Hop is in Starstalker on the dorsal mounted cannon and is firing from that. In in the air, not really in orbit in space yet, is Dax. He's in the Aether Sprite that you guys got and comes with the ship now. He's chasing the Lambda shuttle, which has 2 other clones on, as they launched and began to head upwards and into orbit itself. It is the top of a new round, and it will be player character's turn. Who's doing what first?
As far as I know, we're still missing a destiny roll. And yep,
And
there
now
we
we
go.
are.
And then we still need 2 light
Two
side.
lights.
the light side, and the rest is
Reminder.
dark.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, so you've got 5 dark side points and 2 light side points.
You don't know what we're talking about. We lose the beginning of every session. Some of us gets a bonus to our light side pool, but we roll a destiny die, and we rolled all darks. So we have 4 or 5 dark side points, and then 2 we just get automatically. So that's
Yes.
awful
And the
to start, because Brad can just use those to kill us,
that's right.
which is great.
2 of you are paragons, so you automatically get at least 2 light side points. Yeah. First,
Also,
top of the
Rugo,
top of
no
the
pressure,
combat.
but chat has voted that we will make it without going down. So no pressure. But
Oh, yeah,
mild
yeah,
pressure.
I knew that. We're gonna be fine. Well, I think one of us is gonna be going down.
One of you's
but
already
we'll
gone
see.
down. Got back up.
No, one of us 2.
That'd be
One
me.
of us 2 left. No, you're out of
Yeah.
this hop. You get fucked
Oh,
up.
no,
Us
coming
2.
up, okay.
Yeah, no, fuck off. So I think I would like to go first, unless you have like wacky battle meditation things you want to do. Eebs.
Yes,
As long
I would
as
like to go
get
first.
To go before the first NPC.
There's
So-
2. You'll have 2 PC
Yeah, that's-
turns before an NPC.
Um,
So there's 2 player character turns that can possibly go, and then it'll be the
Yeah.
first NPC turn.
I don't remember what
I'll
stance
go
I'm
if that's
in.
okay.
because think I'm protecting myself. Okay.
Okay.
If you battle meditation, I would like to
I
defend
am
you.
not going to. I'm not going to battle meditation, but I am
Okay.
going to take my turn if that is okay.
Take your.
I'm doing it. Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna use
do it.
my stim healing again, which is less and less every single time. But I stab myself twice. I take strain to be able to do the action to do so, and then I'm going to attack the remaining clone that's in front of me. Let's see. Sergeant Venom. Is he still in our... I would have to move range bands to be able to attack him, or can I do that, actually?
If you want to attack him in melee,
Yes. Okay. So I will not do that then. I will do this diamond clone here.
Okay.
1 second. Difficulty 2. Yep, everything's still the same. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Difficulty 2, and let me just check what they've got going on just to remind myself, because I too forget absolutely
attacking
everything
something?
between sessions.
Yeah, the clone in front of me.
Are you using a light side point?
Would you like me to?
Yes.
All right, difficulty
Okay.
2. You
Just
want to
think we
upgrade
take them
that?
out immediately before they get to us. I think
That
that'd be
is
good.
my plan. That is my plan
Yeah.
also.
Use the light side.
Massive success, I think, as you strike at this clone with
Surgical
your
precision.
lightsaber. So that's
Yeah.
6, 7, 8.
I will make that
damage.
critical,
Yes.
which I believe I can do twice, assuming he's still standing.
Yes. You can.
A reminder, Noana's a Makashi duelist, so like imagine Dooku, but like Dooku's fighting stance. It's like,
Yeah, it's very fencing style.
yeah.
Let me just pull up. I remember saving the crit table last week and then didn't do it. I went to all the effort. Okay, roll me 2 D100. Let me just check he's not dead, actually.
66 and 90.
He could very well be dead. What did you do?
That would be
6, 7, 8. Oh. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you kill him?
I'm totally using this isn't a mechanic that I have, but narratively can I say that I throw it like in Jedi Survivor, where he throws it and spins it and takes his hat off and brings it back? Fuck yeah.
Spoilers, thank you.
However
Well, I mean, it's in the first game also.
Yeah, okay, all right, thanks. No, spoilers of the first game.
Okay. So now that would be the end of your turn, which brings us, I think, Dax wanted to go. In
Yep.
agreement.
Yeah, I need to go before the slam death shot gets away. So I'm gonna start with an attack.
If I die, it's your fault.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, okay, you're attacking
Yeah, we know.
these guys.
That's
Let
why we're
me
in this mess.
see what they've got going on.
Right.
What's their silhouette?
This silhouette is 4.
Okay.
And I think, did I move some shields last week? I feel like I did.
You said you did. Yeah, I think there's one behind.
Yeah, so that gives you a black die to your attack. And sometimes I have everything open, ready, and then it continues to the next week, and I'm like, what did I have? You know,
Yeah.
like coming in halfway through the fight is so
We have
confusing.
everything ready and planned.
We
and
have-
then and then we have a
it's-
week, and then we go.
Yeah,
"Oh,
it's
then what to
so
do?"
confusing as well because I have to keep jumping back and forth between the two types of combat with the starship and the ground stuff. All right. So yeah, you have one difficulty die. They only have one shield on the back. Silhouette
You weren't
4.
such an easygoing GM. This would be.
I'm
easier.
standing up. I'm trying to make it as difficult as possible for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna take our last. I'm gonna take our last light side point.
Light side, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Use the light side of the force.
Please. Please do.
Take an upgrade, and I will fire. Make sure I'm using the right thing. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you're
And I think I can use
chasing
the
this
linked
thing down
as well.
Yeah, you are. So we see the Lambda, one of those shuttles that has it's kind of like triangular with the three panels, going upwards. But you're in a much faster ship. This thing is literally designed to chase stuff down. You don't currently have an astromech in it. But that doesn't matter when it comes to shooting at things. And I think, yeah, we just see you chase this thing. And then we see bits of this thing come flying off. It's going to do a lot of damage. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then linked means you do another 6. Or you do another 10.
Another 6, I'm pretty sure.
6. You do 16 damage to this thing in your first hit. Yeah, it's crazy. I think you just run the blasters up the rear of this. Regardless of its shields, you just see it piercing all of these critical points on the thrusters, on one of the wings. Chunks of this thing and smoke flying past your Aether Sprite as the two of you continue to rocket upwards. It isn't destroyed, but it is massively damaged.
Okay. Then for my maneuver, I will do an evasive maneuver until the end of the round. Upgrade the difficulty of all attacks against the ship. So +1 up to 1 extra per point in handling, but we have no handling, so it'll just upgrade the difficulty of attacks against me.
Okay.
And then now here's my question for you. And we talked about this briefly, but I just thought of something else. What if I wanted to use another maneuver to stim myself? Could I take 2 strain to stim myself, as that's not a piloting?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
We can just skip past it. We don't need to.
We have resident expert Debiru in the chat who has helped us before. I don't know, Debiru, if this is a thing that's come up. We did look into it in the week. So usually you can make maneuvers as both the human in the ship moving around the ship. You can use your maneuvers to move from sections of the ship to other sections of the ship. Your ship itself also has maneuvers that it can do. You can do extra maneuvers by taking strain, and the ship can do an extra maneuver by taking ship strain, but we couldn't work out really whether you can do both of those things. You can take both ship strain to get an extra ship maneuver, and you can do an extra maneuver as the pilot itself. It seems to me like the system is not designed to have everyone spamming maneuvers in the ship, because you're also not really healing as players. And it doesn't seem to account for it because it gives you things like the extra free maneuvers you can do as an ace pilot and stuff. So I don't know what the rules are with it, because you're not
I
healing.
haven't done any extra maneuvers. This would be my only extra maneuver.
Right, but it seems to me like it seems broken as hell, but also the game seems to be broken as hell.
But we don't have to do it.
Here we go. Debiru says, since the PC is actively doing an extra maneuver, even if it's a ship, it's the PC actively doing that maneuver. Don't know what that means. You know what that means?
Yeah, we can just skip it. It's fine. I mean, I think I think Tabura is saying that that I can take 2 strain to do an extra maneuver, but
I feel like that's the broken part, because then you have 2 pools of strain. You know, you can do extra maneuvers as you.
You can use an extra maneuver to do another ship maneuver, and then do an extra ship strain maneuver to do another ship maneuver, and it just seems absurdly like broken to be able to do that, considering you would all potentially be able to do it if all 4 of you were in like Stalker.
Yeah.
For me, it seems like a crazy like chain effect of strain chain effect.
My strain chain, the strain gang. I feel like maybe the when it comes
I'm
to
just trying to
balancing
take
it,
2 strain to myself.
I
so
know,
that
but
would you
this
be
is
able to
this
do
is
2
one of those
strain to the
player
ship?
trick questions where I allow it now, and then in 2 sessions
think-
you're like,
There's
well, actually, I can use. You ruled this that it was okay, and I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this. So don't try and trick me. I've been GMing since
Don't try to trick me.
2016.
I think it would make sense
I know
if
what you're
you
doing.
could do
I know what you guys are up to.
if you're doing like a maneuver on yourself or that's on the player sheet section, that you take
Yeah.
the strain to do it, and if you're doing a ship maneuver, you take the ship
take the
strain
ship
to do
strain.
it.
Yeah,
but you can only
exactly.
do 1 per turn, right?
Because you're overstraining, you're straining
That's
the
what I,
engines,
that's
or
what
you're
I thought it
straining.
was originally. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like if you're
think-
That would
using
make
your
sense
own
to me.
strain, you're
I think for
hopping
now,
pools, and it's weird.
well, we may end up getting, if anyone knows the answer to this who's watching this on VOD this week, or maybe like while this is on, not in 3 years from now, because some people send me messages
They will.
3 years after a show ends,
And you're
when
like, what?
when I
Yeah.
didn't ask, and they're like,
gonna be
hey,
worse.
you know that an orc can do another action to, and I'm like, what? It was 4 years ago.
Years ago.
And it's always hilarious.
I think.
But if anyone
Zero
knows in
looks
the
like
week,
Gabriel
feel
says
free
it
to
too.
send us a message in the Tablestory Discord or something, or come and find one of us on
join
one
the
of,
Discord.
one of our streams and maybe bring it up. Because I'm curious as to what like the actual rule is. For now, Orcish, I think go for it. Take the extra strain and use your stim pack. And I think the general rule of thumb I'll go with is that the ship can only do it once. But the players can do it, and then that, you know.
Yeah.
So even if all 4 of you do it, only one of you can push the ship an extra maneuver.
In the round.
I feel like even if
Yep,
we all
that
were
makes
able to
sense.
push the ship for more, that's fair, yeah. But even if we were, we would
Just- it's
all,
like
let's say we all wanted to
incredibly-
strain, we're destroying the ship. If we were like, I'm
You're
going to push, I'm going to push, I'm going to
destroying
push.
the ship, yeah. The ship's strain is a whole thing, but
Still
it's also
own resource.
extremely powerful. Like it's massively in favor of player characters because of how the enemies work in this, and the way that creatures or adversaries work in this. Because a lot of them don't have a strain bar, so they take strain just as wounds. Yeah. Not always.
Right, okay.
If it's a
Didn't know that.
rival, there are 3 different types of enemy that
Yeah.
you face in this. It's kind of confusing, and it can be, and it gets even more confusing the further we get into this. So it just becomes one of these things where it's so massively top heavy loaded in your favor at the beginning of a combat that there's almost no point sometimes me starting a fight unless I don't know, unless there's I like throw another 10 things at you in it, like everything comes in waves, which is honestly one of the ways that I'm thinking of doing this from now on, is waves of enemies like you might get in a game.
Oh, totally.
If you played Crisis Core, because it was on PSP, they could only load so many enemies in at you at once, so that everything came at you in waves whenever you fought stuff in order to get the later game combats. And I feel like that's one of the ways to run this, because it's so strangely top loaded in favor of the PCs, which is completely fine. But I also, if you guys are so unbelievably broken, it's not really as fun for you either. And I'm not the DM that tries to kill players. I'm not a massive fan of DM versus players, but I also do want to be able to kill you.
But also fuck you
But
and die.
also, I wanted you to die today.
There has to be some level
You're
of
standing
threat,
up for a
otherwise
reason.
there's absolutely no reason. So we're heading into Final Fantasy Waves rules. All right, that's the
I like it.
aside. So you're going to use a stim in the ship as you're piloting upwards. That's completely fine. Take this strain damage. And is that the end of your turn?
I was wrong about linked. It is each hit deals the weapon's base damage plus the total uncancelled successes scored on the check.
So it's another...
it is 20 damage, not 16.
20, not 16. Okay.
Just chunked the lambda, right?
It's still going. It doesn't affect the didn't destroy it, but it is incredibly damaged. All right, rules, man. Everyone,
Sick.
everyone
Rules, am I right?
Rules.
everyone loves a rules sidebar. Okay, NPCs. I think we have to have the lambda fire back at you as a counterattack here. So you're taking evasive maneuvers.
Okay, that upgrades your difficulty by 1.
And the difficulty from a 4 to what's your silhouette?
I'm a 3, so it's just a 2 difficulty.
2 difficulty. Upgraded once because of the evasive maneuvers. I'll spend a dark side point because I've got so many of them. Might as well be using them.
Please, thank you.
Upgrade the attack as well.
I also have my shields up on the front.
Right, yes.
So
you
that's
do.
a setback.
That's a setback die.
Dope.
And this guy is aiming, so he gets a boost. So a lot of dice that count as a perfect. It's almost as if we didn't need any of those rolls or those additional die, but really it does. It doesn't exactly work that way, so it's fine. Okay, diamond clone on these light blaster cannons on the aft of this thing. Let's see if he can hit you. Wow, no, not at all.
Oh my god!
An absolute epic failure
Wow.
and a despair. So let's go with...
Kills Venom.
No, yeah, the shot
Seeking
flies
missiles.
past and hits the ground. Yeah, the odds.
Never tell me the
There is a thing here, I think. Yeah. Oh wait, no. We can get worse. We can make it worse. Oh, that doesn't count. Alright, never mind.
Worse.
Let's just give you a free
Hits the
maneuver.
Star Destroyer.
You have a free maneuver.
Okay.
And a blue on your next
Mark that down.
anything to do with attacking this thing. So we'll just say attack. So you get one free maneuver right now if you want to take it.
Right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hack it.
So what's
This thing is flying away from you, and I'll give you
Right.
this. By the time your next turn comes around, it will probably be at least
It'll
one
be in
range band away.
next
Yeah,
Okay.
if you want to use it to do that. Good guy, GM. Wax Steven would never give you that, by the way. You're welcome.
I will move. Would I be able to
Put on a
predict like
t-shirt.
the route? Like if I said I want to move to medium, would that be an intercept course, or could it go like around me?
I don't know what it's gonna do on its turn, but it is moving at its full complement of speed, which is, I give you that much, 3. So what is
3.
its maximum that it would move?
The maximum it could move with 3 speed is to short.
There you go. So you're
Okay,
able to calculate that, we'll say.
Alright. I'll just move to short then.
Yep. And from what I understand, you're very comfortable there. Okay, another
been there my whole
NPC turn. Can't wait till we meet one day and you're like 6'9". You just come in like, hello, little man.
Hello, Unibrat.
Crushes me under his brand new biceps. Okay, so another NPC is going to have a go now. Did the sniper shoot on its last turn? Be honest with me.
Yes.
I I think it
Me.
did as well. It shot at you.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, we won't have the
You can
sniper
almost
go
lift
then
me.
because there's no point. Let's have.
And my dumbass didn't dodge.
Yeah, that took a huge. Yeah, that took a
Yeah.
huge. You took a huge shot from that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
almost just died.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
Nice.
being like, "Oh, Nuada's fine.
I
Oh no,
won't
she's
make
not."
that mistake
Right,
again.
you're right,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
Oh, she'll be
half
good.
my health.
Oh.
Just
Yeah.
All right, let's have Sergeant Venom take a pop at Nuada since you just violently murdered his.
And I don't remember what stance I'm in.
And this
mhm.
time
what
I
stance am I
will
in?
absolutely do that.
Right, you're
Yeah.
doing anything. One
Please
thing
don't.
I'm doing is
Yes.
spending a dark side point.
I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 difficulty thingies for you, which I can do once per
Upgrades or
sesh.
setbacks?
Setbacks.
For Sash, nice.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wow, okay,
And
okay.
then I'm gonna also do the dodge action.
Which gives me another upgrade, and yours was only 1, right?
What do you mean?
You only have level 1 in dodge?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. This is short range, so it's a 1
So you should have a total of
difficulty.
3. Yeah.
I have 2 setbacks and 1 upgrade on the difficulty, and then 1 upgrade on his side for using a dark side point.
Right.
Let's Okay,
I'm
he
not
has a
enjoying this music right now.
blue dice.
I am. This
Why?
is great.
I
What's
am
wrong with the
also.
music? What's happening?
It's nothing. It's I was in character. It's making me nervous because it's
It's the
Empire
Empire
music.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's Nuada's about to get knocked on her ass music.
Let's see.
Where do I download this?
Here comes the roll, and this is from the Verpine Slug Thrower Pistol. 2 successes and a triumph. I wonder if I can use a triumph to literally activate the knockdown. Probably not. I don't
Might
think
be
so.
able to.
I don't think I have the ability yet to
Mm,
parry or reflect away things that
Not
aren't
quality.
aimed at me. Soon.
It doesn't say anything about it in description of knockdown.
I'm going to give him +1 melee defense against the end of his next turn. That's what he
Okay.
has. You can upgrade it. So you guys will always have to add a black die to melee attacks against him. Okay, so that is 8, 9, 10
Will take me out. I think.
minus your soak.
Yeah, that'll take me out. I've only got like 4 left, I think. 16? I have 6 left. So wait, I have to think this through because my soak is 4.
So it's
Somebody else do the math
6
for me
6 damage.
because I don't want to fuck it up. Oh, that is makes it breaks it though, right?
You have to go over it
If
to
I-
pass out.
Holy shit.
Are you at the
Yeah.
wound
Okay.
threshold? I think both of you
I
are.
think
Is that
I-
right?
Yeah.
I
both
think
of
I'm
you
at
went
the
through.
wound
Yep.
threshold as well.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, this hits you. The 2 of you look pretty beaten up right now, but both of you are still
Yeah.
standing as you sort of stagger. I'm actually gonna have Sergeant Venom use his maneuver to move one
Okay.
range band back as he kind of moves into the
allowed.
jungle, backing up from you guys as you guys are just like tearing through these guys. And also, there is somebody on the ship's complement of gunnery. And that's the end of his turn, bringing us to another player character turn. Hop and Rugo, one of you 2.
Cool. Hop, do you have anything? Actually, wait.
The
Is-
sniper already
what
went
am I-
his turn, right?
Yeah, never
Yes.
mind. Get fucked. I
The
should
sniper
have
hasn't
something
been this
where-
turn. Did you ask
I'll
if the
have to
sniper
reload.
has been?
Yeah, it has not.
Yeah,
They
I
haven't
thought he
had
had a turn
but
already.
it does have
Oh.
to have to reload, so it can't fire this turn anyway.
Okay. And I'm in the same range band as the sniper as well.
You're in the same range band as every single
It's
thing. here.
everything.
Well, if I
Your guns.
want to do something stupid.
Right. 10 times the
Yeah.
length of whatever it is.
I'll do something not stupid. Okay.
Hear me out.
Yes.
If
Do you
there's an
wanna go,
NPC,
please?
if there's an NPC before you, are the ones that
There
would
is.
attack us already attacked?
Yes. Yep. And the other
Yeah.
one's dead. Venom just attacked
So
me.
That's right. You've killed one of them, so let me delete one. Better.
Okay, so the NPC that is going to go is
The last
likely
NPC
not going to
is
attack us.
this one,
The sniper.
who
It's the
can't.
llama
They
and
can't
the
hit you with
sniper.
the sniper rifle.
But they could
Not-
potentially
okay, then
do
go ahead,
something
Hop.
else.
Yeah.
Okay.
They can reload their
Go
sniper
ahead, Hop.
rifle.
Yeah. You may take it away.
Okay. And it's one maneuver to get off the ship.
Right.
And then I can still attack. And I'm okay.
Or you could maneuver to the gunnery seat and shoot from
I'm in
there.
the gunnery right now.
You
But
can do
okay.
that
Okay.
right now if you wanted.
I can do that right now. My shooting is fine. I got lucky last go around because I had a bunch of boosts and stuff, which is why I would not want to waste my turn doing that
Okay.
because you're the better shot.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Can you just land on him?
That's my stupid idea. Yeah, absolutely. So Hop is kind of like watching everything going through, and he's struggling. He wants to shoot. He doesn't want to shoot. He's trying to figure out how to protect the two that are on the ground while trying to figure out how to get back up and help out Dax as best he can. And everything just all of a sudden just slows down, and he hears a voice in the back of his head that just says, "Trust yourself." And he throws on the comms, "Kids, get back in the ship now!" And he jumps out, runs through the forest, the trees. The leaves are smacking him in the face. He doesn't really care. He's going through. I'm probably gonna have to roll a stealth because he's gonna try to sneak up on the sniper.
This sniper is significantly further away than you can do in one round. In order for you
I
to,
thought the same thing, Greg.
I thought the
unless
same thing, that if you're in the range band, you could move within the range band, but
it
you
costs
can't.
you 2 maneuvers to move from extreme to long. You're at extreme range from the sniper right
But
now.
I can use, how many strain is it to use an extra maneuver?
2 strain for another maneuver, and you can do to a maximum of 2. So you can spend 4 to get another maneuver,
Because that'll
and
put
then
me
you'd
over.
be
And
able
if
to
I
go
do
from
2,
extreme to long, and then from long to medium. So that would take you from the ship to. So this is actually extreme to long, and then long to medium, and then you'd still have to do 2 more range bands to get there.
okay.
Well, you can get to medium range from it unless you have a medium range weapon.
I do, actually.
And is that what you were planning on using, or were you gonna go in and?
I was gonna. Yeah, I'll use that. I wasn't planning on doing that, but I think I'll change the plan.
Currently, you're the
Make
only
the
person
plan.
who can hit this clone at that range from the ship. If we're talking min-max. I know you want to shove a
Yeah, no, I know
lightsaber
that,
into
but I'm
its
trying to be
belly.
in character and not do min-maxing. I'm trying my very hardest. And I can.
I feel like your character would know that, though. That you can fire from here versus taking the time to go and run and sprint.
Yeah, but he's a
Also,
better shot with his
I will give you
medium-range
this
weapon
as
than
well.
us.
None of you know where that clone is. Even you in the ship. That
Oh,
clone
okay.
is prone and
Own clone.
Yeah, I don't think they're taking cover right now.
Okay.
And I'm being
So here's what's gonna.
pretty sure
here's-
they were aiming last attack. So
I got it. Okay.
they're very far away and
So-
kind of semi-concealed right now.
Yeah. But do you say we have like a general idea that he's there?
You can take attacks in that direction.
Okay.
You have a black die to fire at them every time.
Prone.
It's
That's
prone.
right. Yeah. Okay. And then the trees like whipping through his face, and then all of a sudden he opens his eyes and he's back in his seat, and he flips open the holster, not the holster, the safety on the I can't, my butt, words are escaping me now.
The Top
On the
Gun
button.
scene.
Top Gun scene. He's doing
Yeah.
that, and then he is going to shoot the sniper.
You will try.
I will try. I need 1 difficulty.
Well,
Sorry, one black die and how many difficulty?
find out. So it's a silhouette issue.
So, I think you're a silhouette 4, aren't you, in that ship?
Yeah, sounds about right, I think. Yeah, silhouette
Or
4.
are you a 3? So silhouette 4, you are 3, so it's a 4 difficult.
4 difficulty. 1 black die for the prone element.
And then,
That's it.
all right, then I'm going
Unless
to use.
you, and then you can add things to it. So
Yeah, I'm going to use a light side point,
yeah.
and then have an upgrade.
You can also use your maneuver to aim and give you a boost.
And I'm going to do that as well. And here we go. Good.
What do we roll? I didn't see it.
He rolled
One
a
success, 2
one
threats.
success with 2 threats. So the 1 success means you do 5 damage times 10, so you do 50 damage. We see this clone
Reloading, sir.
pull the sniper rifle over, pull out a slug, because this is a slug thrower rifle, load it into the chamber, and then suddenly there's just this line of blaster fire that rips through the tree in front of the clone. And the clone is killed.
No more.
Does
Yeah.
he do the Wilhelm scream? He does the Wilhelm scream.
He does the Wilhelm scream, but because we do canonically need a Wilhelm scream in Star Wars, even though I absolutely can't stand it every time anyone ever uses
It
it.
happened
in any
last
movie.
episode, by the way.
Alright, well,
So,
I'll leave that up to
everyone
you
go look.
to prepare. And then 2 threats. Let's see how they get. And this is starship threats. So I wonder if that translates.
Is that the sniper? Just ruin the sniper?
You killed the sniper.
Sweet.
Yeah. An opponent may perform 1 free maneuver in response to the active character's check. Yeah, let's have Sergeant Venom do that.
Sick! Is there 1 left? 2 left down here.
There's only 1.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
just
Venom.
you versus
Ugh.
Venom.
That's right.
Yeah, you guys are on full wounds, and he's on his own. Okay.
Mike.
Let's have him. He takes cover behind a tree. Right
Ooh,
now.
Venom? He's already gone this round.
He gets a free maneuver because of the 2 threats on
Motherfucker.
Greg.
Yeah, damn it, Greg.
And
He
the
is
force giveth,
in-
the force taketh away.
He's in super
Damn,
cover.
you take out the sniper.
Okay, I presume that's the end of your turn, unless you want to do something else. Greg.
No.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Which brings us to the pilot of the Lambda shuttle.
This 2 map thing is sweet, by the way.
Yeah, it's the only way I could think to do
That's
this.
super
Yeah.
fucking
A
cool.
couple of episodes ago when you guys were a split party. And I was like, oh, I'll just do that for this
I'll
week.
just do that, and then didn't.
Yeah. Although you have to do the thing. Roll 20 DMs know what I'm talking about, where you have to move the entire turn order over to a new turn order, because otherwise the players can't see the turn order. And it took me forever to do. Easily the longest bit of prep for the day, because I'm not a smart man, in case you haven't picked it up from how little I know the rules.
Instead, we have just 2 of these on 1 map, right? That's how you did it? Yes.
Yes, that's what it is. It's 2 side by side. All right, I'm moving you, Orcish, but actually this is the Lambda that is catching up with you, and is in the same range band as you as they use their maneuver to get to that range band, 1 range band up. And then I think this pilot will also take evasive maneuvers.
What's the handling on that ship?
Good point. Actually, hold on. I don't know if I can, because I think that might be all of my maneuvers, right? Wait, no, it's not. We're good.
What?
Because it was 2 maneuvers to go from close to medium. It wasn't. Handling on this ship. Good question. The handling is a 0.
And speed, right? Has to be a certain speed to be able to do evasive maneuvers.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's going
I think
speed 3.
it's-
Perfect.
So.
Why do you need the handling?
Because for every point of handling, it increases the difficulty by another.
Of evasive
What?
maneuvers?
Yeah, it gives it more. But if it doesn't
Right,
have any
it's just
handling, then it's just a 1 upgrade.
Flat 0, yeah. Yeah, I think that's all he's going to do. That makes sense to me. And then lastly, it is Rugo's turn.
Run.
So Venom's left. What is it? What is the action to stim? Is it maneuver? Or incidental?
Yes.
It's a maneuver,
that's
right?
right.
Not an incidental. What's my strain looking like? Gross. I will. I'm in medium now. I can use a maneuver to go to short.
Run.
Correct? And I could use. Okay. Maybe I won't do that. Yeah,
I
maybe
do say
that's.
that in
I
character,
see.
by the way. I
Yeah,
do tell you
think
to
that we
run.
have-
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tell me to
That's what
run,
I'm
and then I
yelling.
probably
Yeah.
also hear get back, and then. But I did just see that probably the sniper just got laser splash damage from on the cliff, or maybe. Actually, I didn't see that. I just
Well,
saw something get
you
destroyed.
saw-
No,
I just saw
it was. We saw an explosion.
You
We
saw
can
Hawk-
an
assume.
explosion.
Destroy
Yeah.
a bunch of land
Somewhere.
from roughly
Yeah,
the
yeah,
area
yeah.
where the
Yeah.
sniper fire has
Yeah.
been coming from. So
Yeah. We didn't. We
I don't
weren't
know
like,
if you
"Oh,
have
that's fine,
a
okay,
kill
great."
confirmed necessarily, but it's
Yeah.
highly likely, or at least it seems like Hop is firing in that direction.
Yeah. My what I'm waffling about is if I want to stay here and protect Nuada, or if I want to engage in close range and not. So this I've got a cool ability which I haven't used yet. If I don't take the attack action on my previous turn, I can use strain to attack somebody during a parry. So I could run up close and be close to him, and if he wants to do something, I can then react to attack him, or I can just stay back. And I think I'm going to do that because my brain, my mathematical ADHD brain right now is saying that I should take a strain or take a stim pack, which I can because I have improved stim pack use, which gives me +1. So I'll be at 4 reduced wounds, which has been my soak so far, which means if I do take more damage, I would take 4, which would mean I will still stay up if he shoots me again, in theory. So I will do that again. I'm going to strain. I'm going to use my maneuver to use a stim pack, which will give me 3 hit points back, but I have improved stim pack use, which gives me +1. So I'll reduce it by my wounds by 4. And that is my maneuver. And then I would like to... how much strain do I have? 15. I'm going to spend 2 strain to use another maneuver to switch into defensive stance. I think I want to bodyguard Nuada here as I begin to do the Obi Annie spin with the pike around, I think with her behind. I will then spend the 2 strain for that extra maneuver to get into this, and then I want to look at, and I could see him hide behind the cover, right?
Yes, he's hiding behind a cover. He's just on the tree line of where the jungle is.
Just a thought. Could you maybe take 2 strain and stab me with a stim pack before he gets to attack again?
As well.
Potentially, if you can handle that.
That's a really good thought.
Thank you.
Um,
But if you cannot, I understand. If you've already...
Oh, that'll only heal you for
That-
one hit
that-
point, right?
Yep.
Did you forget to heal yourself, Loss?
it'll heal you for 2
Or did
if
you
I
get
do
hit
it
again?
because I have improved Stimpack use.
Yeah.
So if I take 2 more strain,
Uh-huh.
I'll be at 12, which gives me
No,
3
don't do it.
strain before I pass out.
Don't do it.
Okay.
I'll use a med kit or whatever, which is different.
Okay.
Roll.
I will, or I could use a med kit as my action.
That's up to you.
And heal you, which is a medical skill, right?
Yes.
This is going to be interesting. I'm going to, because of my ebb and flow, I assume that the 4th is the 4th. It's July. The force is always with me. So I would like to start my Obi Annie spin, and then I'm going to close my eyes and let go. And I'm going to have the pike continue as it's in this, as it is sort of, and then I'm going to use both of my hands, and I'm going to take the, I think with my left hand, because I was using my right to spin, let go with my right, so it's continuing, and I'm going to undo the stim, taking that strain, and now I'm going to spend my actual action doing a medicine check and using some sort of kit that I have for Nuada, because skills is what I'd like to use. I was going to use a skill anyway, so I'd rather use this skill to help the medicine check. Is that cool, Brad?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. And I will. Oh, I
Holy
didn't roll
shit.
any difficulties. Difficulties at all on this?
Thank
I didn't adjust my
you.
pool.
I think you have at least one, but you don't have the extra one because you're using a med kit. I think, but Orcish would know the answer to that.
There's like a chart for it. Oh.
Balls.
Yeah, it's
Okay. Let me take a look.
Hold on.
Impacts, maneuvers.
And this is...
It might be two, actually.
I know for a fact I'm going to learn all this stuff on the last episode. It's going to feel like it's...
Yeah, you're gonna fly through it, or it's gonna be a
Hold on, I
gonna
think
be
I
the fastest
saved it.
episode and fastest combat because we'll all know the rules. Today is not that day. And the more time I can bask in this system and show, the better. So I love
Healing through... And this is, we want whether your wounds are less than or equal to half of the threshold. Wounds more than half of the thresholds. Wounds more than threshold. So this is equal to.
I want equal or less. Yeah.
Yeah, so difficulty 1.
Difficulty 1. Okay. I don't know if is there any hanging boosts anywhere? I'm using a light side.
It's
Using a light
actually,
side.
it's more than half.
What?
Not equal to half the threshold.
Oh, I thought it was equal or less than. Okay. So what is it then in that case? Is it 2?
It's 2 difficulty.
2 difficulty.
Okay.
There you go.
2 difficulty. I've upgraded. Do we have a hanging boost or anything somewhere I can grab?
No.
Okay. I will upgrade and use the light side. And now I'm going to medicine. And depending on my successes, that's how many wounds you get. Is that what I'm hearing?
I think
What
so,
I
yeah.
remember?
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
so 10.
Wound, yeah.
Then you
wounds
have
recovered.
no successes.
No successes, but you do inflict a strain on yourself.
Cool. Okay. I don't think I want to use that dark side as much as I want to. Okay, and I will take a strain. Sorry.
It's okay.
And then at the end of that, I close my eyes again, and then I grab and I catch the pike, and then continue the spin, and sort of hunker down into that stance, hopefully defending both Nuada and I. I'm using my full that bonus maneuver to bodyguard Nuada.
Okay. Well, it's the
Switch
top of the
stances into
round. And you
bodyguard.
get 2 more turns anyway between you. So who wants to go first?
That's true. That's true.
Can I grab him and we run? Like immediately I go.
If you guys want to
Or-
both take your turns right now.
Yeah.
That can work.
The other option is we
you
just
can like
trust
tug
Hop
at
to
me and
blow
I
him
can
up.
back up. Yeah, I can back up and continue my stance still. I don't think I need to. I don't need to stand there, so I can run with you.
Okay.
And sort of cover us as we back, as we retreat, tactically retreat.
Okay, but it's up to you, and we have to decide right now. Are you and I taking our turns to run, or are we going to trust in the Force and trust in Hop to shoot this guy before he kills us?
Well, you know I'm going to want to trust.
Hop, we need help.
Yeah, I know exactly what we're going to do. So we will not go first, which is a mistake, but Hop, good luck!
I don't know if Hop wants to shoot this guy. That changes your decision.
Well,
Cool,
I don't
alright.
think we know that.
That-
Yeah, I don't think we
that
know
helps.
that. I say Hop,
there's
We
a-
need help.
and that's it.
And now
back
there's
to
a
the ship.
turn.
Please.
Okay.
I have a dumb idea, and I have a feeling you're going to yell at me after the fact if I don't talk about it first with you.
And then it's
Now
right
we
here,
have
so-
this
Behind the tree,
interesting-
there is a clone that is
Yeah.
loading
Fucking loading a
6
goddamn
bullets
gun.
into a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So, so now is there still 2 PC turns, or was that?
You still got
Well,
two PC turns.
I-
Yeah,
we're
incidentals.
doing it.
RP
The
is on
question is,
incidentals.
though-
You can have a short RP moment.
The question is, can we get on the ship this turn? I don't think we can.
Yeah, you can.
So he'll
You
still.
can. If
You
you
can?
take 2
It
maneuvers,
would
you can, yeah.
take
All right, yeah,
all
we'll do
three
it.
2 maneuvers.
Let's do it.
I have to take strain though, because I want to defend us.
Y-
Well, we can get to the ship.
Can
You
I
don't need
just
to
grab
defend
your
us.
arm and
You
run?
don't have to defend.
Yeah.
Once you're in the
I
ship,
don't
you
need to
don't
defend because if we're running, yeah, we're good. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Both of your turns is 2 maneuvers to get to the ship and
Wait.
on the ship. You are on the ship
Right.
and because you're on the ship, tell me where you are on the
Yeah.
ship. You can be in an actual
Yes.
position.
I'll go
pilot.
to the other gunner.
Okay. Frugo, you going to the pilots?
Co-pilot.
Your
Is there a
co-pilot?
pilot? There's no pilot right now.
There's no one anywhere in the cockpit.
Nope.
No, it's just both guns occupied.
Yeah.
All right. I want to hop in the pilot seat.
All right, cool. NPC turn. Doesn't make sense for this guy to go because the far more important thing is that this thing gets into range of the Imperial Star Destroyer and is able to send a message to them. So let's have the Lambda shuttle move 1. And then so this is going at speed 3, right? What did I say? Speed 3.
Mm-hmm.
So at speed, my god, got too much stuff open. 2 to 4, it costs 2 maneuvers to do 2, but you're hot on his tail, so he would have to drop the evasive maneuvers, which seems like a bad idea. I can't tell. I can't tell which is the best thing to do here. He has to get to long range, by the way. I think I'll keep those evasive maneuvers up.
All right.
Because you're faster than him, and he would know that. He's not dumb. So 1 maneuver into space, and then 1 evasive maneuvers. I think. Oh, we have another NPC turn. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the thing that you guys all do to me all the time. I'm gonna Control Z that, and I'm gonna fire at you first.
Great.
You guys love it when you get to do this. This is how it feels.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think
You
I've
have to
got,
spend the
I
dark
think I've got
side
about
when doing
8 Control Z's in lieu on you guys as well, because you guys love to do this a lot, and I've been counting every single one of them. I'm kidding.
I'm glad.
It's Wax Steven.
Don't forget the
My impression of Wax Steven.
Good for Brad.
Don't forget the setback for the shields.
So yes, let's fire on you first. 1 setback for the shield.
Everything's fine. I just threw my radio.
Any upgrades? No. You know what? I'll spend a dark side point to upgrade my ability to fire on you. He has an upgrade for your shield. You have any other stuff? You've got evasive maneuvers going on there. Crazy?
Oh.
No?
I did not.
Okay. Then I will aim and fire.
You will try.
We'll try. Wow.
Holy
Oh.
shit. Holy shit.
Past the cockpit.
Holy shit.
This thing leaves like a burn line across the cockpit. Sort of
No results were rolled, by
plasteel
the
or whatever
way.
it is.
Everything
that's on
canceled
there.
out. No results.
Yeah, just a
Blank.
A blank dice rolls. Everything cancelled. Everything as this shot fires.
Three
just
blanks.
past
to
you.
sit
2
down,
and 2.
bro. I think I'm gonna pass out.
Then we're gonna move
It made
forward
me
one.
actually dizzy.
Then it is evasive maneuvers, and then it is another player character turn. So that's either Hop or Dax.
So just a random question so that I understand. When you've got your NPC turn, is it both people in the ship that are going? Both of your
That's
clones?
what I just did then.
I see. Okay.
It's the same as you guys, where you guys have your individual
Yeah.
turns in the ship, because this is a shuttle, just like the Stalker.
Just wondering how many clones are left. Just counting in my head.
There's 2. Well, then the one on the
There's
ground.
3.
There's still.
Oh, why don't you go hand?
Dax has been
All right.
counting in his head.
I'd like to do 2 in a row.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Hell yeah.
Here we go.
Hop slides down from the gunnery and pokes his head over to the gun that Nuada's on, and
Are you
looks
able
up.
to do a maneuver at any time? Like with the strain?
No.
Like if I decided to. Okay.
That'd be great.
Says,
Yeah, I was just wondering.
Interesting.
we're not going to get the
Interesting.
answers that the kid wants if we kill them all. We need a hostage. Don't look at me like that. If he wants answers, and I feel like this is going to be more important, I get this feeling this is going to be really important if one of them is at least alive.
Rugo and Nuada are just like covered in fucking blood, like ready to pass out any second. Do whatever you want, Hop. I don't care anymore.
There is a
Yeah, it
partition
sounds like
between the
he-
cockpit and the gunways, right? I don't think that.
We
Actually, I probably
can
should.
always
speaking
hear
loud
everything,
enough.
is what we've
Yeah,
said.
you guys
I
are in
think
a
I just
tiny
have it
little
open.
thing.
Ship is
It's like a
small.
little
enough.
minivan.
Yeah.
Yeah, minivan.
Yeah, I just
space
figured.
is
I thought at one point we had a partition between that we could, but we probably keep it
Sort
open.
of
anyway.
is, but
I think
it's
Rugo
not.
would keep it open.
Yeah, it's not like you have doors
not
that
confident
close.
flying.
Yeah. There might be a thing that you could pull down in the cockpit, but I think
Yeah.
this is literally like you guys are in the Scooby-Doo bus situation.
Yeah, it's exactly. And then
So
the rest is
even-
wings.
Yeah, even if you're being really hushed at the back of the ship, you might get away with having a quiet conversation, which is what we kind of ruled when you guys were having 2 separate quiet conversations, but it's really pretty close quarters for a normal conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And if
Hop's
we're
not
having quiet conversations,
whispering.
usually probably
The ship's massive. It's hilarious. The ship itself is
Engines.
huge, but the very front at the top of this
the only thing that
spear
we
of
can
this
use,
thing is a minivan amount
spear
of space.
tip, which is the minivan. Yeah. I think I sort of like look back and I look at you, Hop, and I look at Nuada trying to just read, like, and then I turn and I think I'm more anxious about flying than I am about whatever our plan is.
Yeah. I look obviously like shit and like I'm fighting off an oncoming migraine due to strain.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying, Rugo?
Well, I'm sorry. What button am I supposed to press? We needed the lift off, engaging. As I'm not really listening and trying to figure out how to fly.
Listen, all I know is that Dax is right on the edge there, and I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure he doesn't tip in one direction, the wrong direction. And then he jumps out into, I can go 1 range band, I think, right?
Correct.
If I get
You
out
jump
of the
out?
ship. Yeah, hops out. And chat loves when I say hop out. Yes, hop. And he goes.
Wait. Okay.
Did your name jump?
Nope. You're hopping out of the ship just so that I understand what's happening right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
He said
okay.
he said that we have to keep a hostage, and then he's like, "You okay with that, Rugo?" And then I was like, "I have to fly," and then he's like, "Okay," and then leaves.
Start everything up.
I have to make sure
he's
he
in the
doesn't
woods.
fall on the wrong side, and then he jumped out of the ship. Cool.
Yeah.
And then
it's
you
my turn to
move
be the
1
difficult one.
range band, so you're here.
In the woods, like he's gonna stealth.
Yeah, I mean, you're moving stealthily, but mechanically, you're not.
There is no
Okay.
stealth.
Yeah. mechanically you are running up the beach, which, you know,
No step.
you have
Yeah.
getting off the ship, which is one maneuver, moving from beach to top end of the beach is another maneuver. You can use 2 strain to go another maneuver and get to the edge of the jungle line, which is really where, let's imagine that being the jungle line.
That's the jungle line. Okay.
Yeah. He's
So, if
right. He's behind the first tree in the whole jungle, basically.
Okay.
Reloading.
So if that's the jungle line, I can move from long to medium and not attack. Because it's one maneuver to get out of the ship.
That's right. Actually, you're right. You're not in that. Thank you. An inspiration point.
Thanks. And I'll learn what that does next week on
Nothing, 'cause
Saturday.
it's not D&D.
Okay.
You have a maneuver left or an action.
You've got a maneuver, then you can move your medium to long, right?
Yes.
Takes 2.
That's right.
Oh, it takes 2 to
It
go
does.
from medium to
Go
long.
from
Yeah.
long to medium, yeah.
Yep.
And from medium to long, and from long to
Forgot about
extreme.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take.
You're crossing a football
2
field,
strain?
I think. I think long to close is like a football field. Like that's the. You're running pretty far.
Okay. And so yeah, I'm gonna do that. Then I'm going to take the 2 strain and go.
When you say a football
to,
field, do you mean a soccer field?
Medium.
I don't know whether the guys that made this were British or American. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere in the book that long to close is a football field. So who knows?
Okay.
I actually have
Who
no
knows?
idea what the difference in size is between the two anyway. So
Perfect. Yeah, we're in
Pretty
tabletop
close.
nerds. We have no idea.
But I think American's longer.
well, not between me and you. You still have 1 maneuver.
I still have 1 maneuver.
You do another range.
Oh.
Yeah, because you took 2 strain to get. Oh no, wait, hang on. No, I'm dumb.
No.
It's 2 strain for 1 maneuver. You're right. So you're correct. That's where you are. That's the end of it. It is now his turn. He is absolutely going to fire his gun at you as he turns around the tree with this pistol he has. Aims it. Let's figure out if he's smart enough to figure out what's going on with you guys. Really not. I think he's quite overwhelmed that his entire squad has been destroyed by a fucking Jedi. You know, the last thing he was expecting to happen this morning when he was having his calf.
He's half with all the guys. Man, what a great day this is, huh, fellas?
Yeah, like just the most boring thing. And then the last thing he was expecting was his squad to be wiped out by bloody Jedi of all things. So confusing for him. So yeah, I think he's just going to aim and fire at you. So let's do that. Let's spend a dark side point because I've got loads of them.
More green venom. Yes, please.
As in memory of this morning.
Nothing bad's gonna happen today.
It's a 2 difficulty. Now, do you have anything that stops this from being? You have any defensive things going on?
I am looking right now. I'm going to use 1 thing of dodge, so that's 1 black dice. That's all I can do with that.
It's an upgrade.
It's an
not a black
upgrade,
one.
not a black
Oh, I'm
die,
sorry,
yeah.
upgrade. Yeah.
I remembered. Thank God. Otherwise, how else would we have known?
Oh, there's no one else that would.
Not wrong.
Not supposed to be helping at all today.
You
I've
said you
done
weren't
it
gonna
like 4
help.
times. I know. I have let some things go though.
Wow, dude, he is.
Jesus Christ!
The vein on the side of his head. Remember that show Stressed Eric? That's him right now. That vein that would be enormous on that cartoon character. That's what he looks like. Google Stressed Eric. That's what Orcish looks like in cartoon.
And
That's
now I
gonna be
immediately
it.
think it's my fault.
Okay.
Let it go.
Let's
Let me go.
see then. So here comes the shot. Might be the wrong button. Nope. 2 successes. So that's 8, 9 damage.
You firing at? I was thinking that.
Minus soak is
Minus your soak.
Yeah.
Up.
All right, that's
And it's PS2. So
6, so it's still way over.
Up.
you out?
Okay.
I'm out.
Wow.
Time to roll, baby.
Yeah, Hop goes running up the beach. We see this clone
Take a look out the
turn
window.
around a tree and then fire, and it just strikes Hop, and Hop just falls into the sand, rolls over a few times, and he is KO. Roll a D100 for that critical. And this is your second. So
68.
That's
but
plus,
yeah, it's my second.
plus 10 or plus 20. For a second. Orcish, quick help, please, God.
It's plus 10 for every additional.
So this is a
for every additional
78.
crit.
78 is overpowered. The target leaves himself open, and the attacker may immediately attempt another free attack against him using the exact same pool as the original attack. Oh, hell yeah, he fires at you again.
Fire and just leave it open, and he's just
Yeah.
takes another. Oh no!
My entire squad. You traitorous Jedi.
Oh, you are so lucky. He doesn't hit you. He does hit the sand
That's a
right
triumph.
next to you, but he gets oh yeah, let me think actually. Maybe that
triumph
triumph,
Oh, he's advantage.
But it
triumph
got
is a
cancelled
success
out,
unless it gets cancelled by the
and it did.
fail.
It just
yeah.
can't show that.
It doesn't
in
show
the
the
system.
success. Yeah. So it isn't a triumph. But he does get all of these advantages. If that hit, this would have been rough. So the sand
Yeah,
next
too bad he
to
can't
Hop's
give
head
those to any
just
of his friends.
bursts up. But he does miss. He does have all these advantages to spend. Just so many.
Give a boost to your other squad mates
1,
there,
2,
Venom.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a triumph.
Well, the triumph got canceled out, right?
Well,
Right,
only
yeah,
the success
yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
The
Oh, okay.
advantage part of it still goes.
Advantage. Here we go. So, all right. So,
But I'm not helping anymore.
do
was
something vital, such as shooting the controls that control a blast door. You know what he does? He aims at the ship that you guys are in, and fires a few times. You see it strike the rear door, closing the door. It's going to cost you another maneuver to get out of the ship, plus any original maneuver it would normally cost you to get out of the ship.
Cool.
And let's see what else he gets.
Sort of like electro locked it or something.
You know what? He has +1 to melee and range defense for 1 turn. I will forget that. I think that's the end of his turn, which brings us to the last player character turn. Who's that? Dax?
It's me. I'll use one maneuver to get closer to the lambda, and I will fire. Now I have a single boost from your ass up the last turn, but that's it. And then do you?
He is using evasive maneuvers, which is 1.
Which is an upgrade.
upgrade.
Okay, so I'll fire.
Wow.
8 damage.
Yeah. This is. So I don't think they have the. I don't think they have any armor. Do have armor. I'm dumb. So 8. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Pretty rough. Yeah, you fire on this ship, and we see one of the wings torn completely off. The ship starts spinning wildly as it's lifted, and you guys are still not, I don't think, in orbit as this thing is kind of like bursting through the clouds. It bursts through the clouds, turns completely against the pilot's will, and returns back down towards the planet as this thing begins to crash. It isn't completely destroyed, but it is crashing right now.
Dope.
You said you were going to use immediately another turn?
No,
Yeah,
I
you
want
want
to
to
go.
use to.
I want to go.
Well, that's
He did have a whole plan that
I-
took him 2 turns. That
Do you want battle meditation or not? I'll just go. You
It
can still do
won't
your
work
thing.
for me.
There's it's still PC 2 in a row. You'll still get to go before they do.
And they have to be within medium range of you or something?
Go ahead. Yeah, I won't get it. You're too far away. But go ahead.
What do you
I'll give
mean?
everyone
You have
It's
a
on
range.
comms.
What is the range?
Oh.
The
I actually
range
don't
is-
think I
depends.
upgraded this. So,
I feel
yeah,
like
I
it's
think
medium,
it's
but
within
I think it's
medium.
short.
Yeah.
You got the upgrade. I think it's medium.
Yeah.
Shot, though.
I think it's medium, but that's all it is.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah,
go
they're
ahead.
re-
I'll go
really
after you.
far.
All right. So top of the round.
Doesn't matter.
Dax again.
Okay, so Dax sees the ship start going down and he adjusts his trajectory and starts heading down right after it, and he says on the comms, actually no, he doesn't say it on the comms. I think he's feeling just sort of this sensation of that you get when you experience vengeance, your revenge being completed, and it makes you feel more empty and makes you want more, and it's not a good feeling. And I think he's angry right now, and he's so he's going to, he could let them go, he could let them crash, he could maybe capture them, but he's just so angry right now. He's gonna aim and he's gonna fire again on them.
Okay. You have
And the whole time I think he's hearing maybe Cyran's voice, or he's at least feeling that sort of pull.
Absolutely.
And if I could, I'm gonna just roll a random.
You can have another
outside with this
attack. It's another attack roll, but you have a boost because they are not able to do anything. But they're also spinning while
Okay.
they're out of control.
I am aiming as well, so I'll get 2 boosts. All right.
You need 1 success to destroy them, by the way.
Okay.
Oh. The ship is spinning wildly out of control as you kind of try and follow it. It is doing all these crazy twists and turns, and it is not anything to do with the pilot. On the ship itself, the 2 clones are having their own conversation as you hear one of the clones turn back, the one that was piloting, and say,
I'm out of control. We're going down to the escape pod. It only fits one of us. Go.
you see one of the clones, the one that was on the gunnery, jump off of the guns and rush to the escape pod. The end of your turn there, so we come to
I've got
another player
4
character unless you're doing some other thing.
advantages.
Yes, spend them however you wish.
I think I can perform an immediate free maneuver.
Okay.
I'll just give myself. Sorry, I'll. What?
It's the way that you looked so guilty by saying, I'll give myself something.
I don't know why you're starting now. Feel guilty.
It's a bit late for guilt. Siren's voice through your mind.
I'll take a free maneuver now, and I will also take a boost on my next attempt at anything on the ship. So my maneuver right now is gonna be to stay on target until the end of your pilot's next turn. Upgrade the ability of all attacks made by the ship once.
Okay. Next player character. Anyone?
Hey, please.
You order?
I'll take.
Is
Yep.
is there a way we
Yes.
can both force move up?
I'm
Can we from the ship and bring them into the ship from here?
potentially. Are you saying this in character, or are you just asking battle chatter?
Mechanically, not
I'm asking
really,
battle
no.
chatter.
Yeah, because
He's
mechanically,
really-
I have no idea.
Mechanically, I don't think so, unless one of you has an upgraded move ability.
I do have an upgraded move ability.
does.
Oh yeah, you
Multiple.
can.
Yeah, so I was thinking that maybe we can like both do it.
You
But,
have to roll those
Yeah.
force die to get the silhouette one.
Yeah. That was just some battle chatter, but
Yeah,
if you have a better
yeah.
plan or whatever, go for it.
I just think ROTA is thinking of trying to save 2 people at the moment. Well, I guess all 4 of
Do it.
us. So, okay.
Do it.
I'm going to go ahead and take 2 strain to use my force ability as a maneuver. And I'm going to do battle meditation, which will be... Is there a difficulty on that? I think it's just 1, right?
I think there is. I just can't remember how we do it. What? Let me remind myself.
I'm also looking. Please hold.
An easy 1 leadership
Okay.
check if you're doing
Yeah.
control.
That's what I see.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I will use those
4
light
white
sides.
pips. Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. Yes, I will do that then. So that's 3 successes, right? Or 4? Is that 4?
You have 4 light side pips there.
Okay.
But there's 0 successes, right?
You don't need a success to activate it. It's just you're using the... Wait a minute. We've done this a million times.
When the battle meditation power check, the user may make an easy leadership check, which is 1 difficulty check as part of the pool. If the user is able to activate the power and succeeds on the check,
And
which
succeed.
you did, you can send simple orders as part of the power.
But I don't want to send simple orders as part of the power. I just want to use it.
You're just using it to do what? You're not using control.
I'm not using it to send orders to anyone. No, this is just for me to get 4 successes on this next shot that I'm about to fire.
So you're just doing the basic power.
Yeah, I'm not
Right, yeah,
sending
yeah, I
anybody
don't
any
think you
orders.
need
I'm
to
just
do
going
any
to shoot this man.
difficulties then.
Okay. I will... You want me to re-roll it then, if there's no difficulty?
I don't, but Cord does.
Okay.
That's right.
I don't think there's a way to not roll it with the leadership, though.
You
Because
don't
it's
need the
baked
leadership.
into the... I know, but it's baked into the roll now on my battle meditation sheet. So I think that's
Cool.
why
You
I
can
just
just do a
roll it with
basic
1
power.
difficulty every time.
Check.
Oh. Which
You
is
have a
at the
basic
top of the
force
sheet,
power,
right?
And that rolls the right amount. I have no idea what you guys' sheets look like anymore.
Okay.
You have a
That's no
leadership
difficulty,
check.
but it's still using leadership. How about I do this? There we go.
That's what I meant. Yeah. There you go. 5 light
Okay,
side.
so
pips.
5 light side. Okay.
wowie.
And then I will use my actual action to shoot the clone venom.
Okay, so this is from the ship gunnery.
Yeah.
It is a silhouette situation again, so I think it's a 4 difficulty. Memory serves.
I'm going to sense danger ability once per session. Remove any 2. Wait, is this difficulty or setback? It's just the black square, which is setback, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You
So
don't
4.
Difficulty is a
have-
try-
you,
try
can, you
purple
do
That's fine.
have setback dice on him. You have 2 right now, so
Okay, I'll remove those.
yeah. So you don't need to have them.
Okay. And that's it, right?
So yeah, that's it.
Do I also use a light side? No, I think I am okay. I hope. I hope. Okay, now I have to navigate to the ship, right? Character sheet to shoot?
Yes. So on the
Yes.
character
Mhm.
sheet,
Yes.
which is the Starstalker.
Yep. Crew rolls, pilot, hop. Here we go. Okay. Does it matter which one I'm on? Which gun I'm on here?
Yes. You want to be on the top one, the dorsal turret mounted light laser, not the light ion cannon.
Okay.
And then it's, you need the difficulties, 4 difficulty.
Did I
And
do
that's
that
it.
right?
4 difficulty at the top of the Starstalker sheet.
Oh, Starstalker. Okay, I put it on my sheet.
Mhm.
It,
I feel like you have more. You don't have more points than one ability in
Yeah.
ranged heavy.
I do. I also have gunnery.
Which one is better for you?
Oh,
Either
I
way,
hit
It's pulling from the wrong.
NPC roll. Sorry. That might have been my fault.
You're
Yeah,
also
you-
on the other cannon unless you have a maneuver to move to that one. Sorry, I'm not going to help anymore.
No, she's on the right one. Light laser cannon.
No, she physically, her character is on the other cannon. Because Hop was on that one when she got in.
I don't see that. I don't know if your sheet's being weird. I see her on the correct weapon.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
Starstalker
She has
sheet?
her name, but did she use a maneuver to move to that weapon?
Oh,
I'm
he's
sorry, I'll
saying
shut
that
up.
when he's saying
When you
that
got
when
on
I
the
got
ship,
onto the ship, Hop was
Hop
in
was-
this gun. Is that right, Hop? Were you on this
right,
one?
you're
Yeah.
not on this
Yeah,
gun.
yeah.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
you were on this gun. Then yeah,
I didn't
you're
know.
on-
I didn't put myself on a gun. I didn't know which one I was on. I
You're
just
on
said I
the,
got into the gunnery seat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you're-
can do that. That's not a
Right,
problem.
the other
I
one.
can
Another
just
maneuver to
take
get
strain to
into the-
maneuver here. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
Okay,
Go on.
2 strain
Don't be.
onto
That's
this
fine.
thing. And then, yeah, so you should be pulling from your... Try again.
So, hold on. Do I want gunnery or do I want long-ranged heavy? I think I want gunnery because that's what's upgraded, right? Let me just check my skills.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, but I need to roll me, not NPC. So, hold on.
So you want to roll the button...
Did that work?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
And 5 successes on top of that.
Plus 5 successes, so that negates one of
That's right.
those.
Mm-hmm.
Then
So
there's a
4
bunch of-
successes and a triumph.
Right, and then a bunch of threats. I think we see Venom turn the slug thrower pistol back towards the body of Hop, and then another row of blaster fire up the sand, and then to the tree that he's on is just this thing just explodes into splinters, and he is thrown into the jungle, rolling over a few times as he says,
Jedi traitor.
he is dead. You need one
Go, get
success
Hop.
to kill any of them.
Is he dead or is he now a rival?
No, he's dead.
Okay.
Uh,
Like, okay, cool.
yeah.
All right.
If I may, a little RP moment. Hop is
No.
blinking in and out of consciousness, and he looks up and sees the blast and hears the scream. And no, and he's out, blacked out.
Rugo, go get Hop. Hop is down.
Right. As Rugo pushes up and hops out as well of the Star Stalker and makes it way over. We're out of combat ish.
No, he's still with the starship.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
I'm
there's still
crashing
some stuff
down to
going
the
on in
ground.
space.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, then I will
Here's what we will do.
prepare to.
Let's go to the top of the round. We're going to get rid of that, and that. We're going to stay in space until it's done.
Yeah. And we're going to clean up down here.
Yeah. Dax, what are you doing?
So has the escape pod jettisoned?
No.
Dax would most certainly fire again.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that.
Same attack roll.
Same attack roll as last time.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 boosts.
You shoot this thing out of the sky. It is destroyed just as the clone slips into the escape pod. We see this Aether Sprite fly through the wreckage. On the Star Destroyer, there's a moment where I think we see these, a few of the Imperial officers. One of them hits some buttons on his monitor, blinks. Behind him, another Imperial officer says, "What is that, Ensign?" "Oh, it's... I thought it was something, but I don't think it's anything, sir." "Very good. Carry on." And they move on with their day. You guys have successfully defeated Diamond Squad. On the beach, Rugo rushes to Hop.
Hop, get up, Hop. Come on. Come on. Hop.
Did we?
Hold on.
No.
Go to stim. You get 2 hit points now? No, 3. What did you have?
That puts me at 12 of 12. I'm up. Slowly.
That gives you 3, right? Because you were stimmed twice.
Yes. Correct.
So you have 4.
At my count.
So you're at,
Oh,
so you're at
4.
11.
All right. So
my +1.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Come on. And as I go to throw your armor on my shoulder and I lift you up.
Wait. Is he dead?
Oh no. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Trust you.
Need a check.
Did check? No. Let's just go. If it was still alive.
I will then bring Hop over to the door, and I'll sort of drop you off. I guess throw your arm back around my arm and just sort of plop you, and then I'm gonna go to where the where Venom was, and I'm gonna go check his vitals.
Very dead. Yeah, the clones that get obliterated by the,
Yeah, by the lasers are.
yeah, by the, yeah, they take so much damage. It's just massive damage. There's no, yeah, he's very, very dead. You can take his cool gun if you want to pilfer a weapon off of him.
Yeah,
Feel that kind
I do.
of.
But Rugo just sort of goes and he takes a look at the scene and then makes his way back towards the ship, and then recalls he's gone.
The Lambda is down. I repeat, the Lambda is down.
Salvage. Take what we can. If anything's of use, we gotta get out of here. If that's okay with everyone else.
Sorry, I'm not sure where I am.
You're on the ship.
Am I still on the ship? Okay.
Yeah,
just
you
making sure.
yeah, we can have a sort of fast forward of some time as you guys get Hop back onto the ship, start the ship up, lift off. Dax, I'm assuming you're gonna come back to them, or are you up to some Dax?
Right.
I think Dax. Well, he would probably ask, like,
Is everyone all right?
Not really.
Not really.
Hey,
We're
please.
alive, at least.
What's the situation down there?
They're all dead, don't worry.
Don't be.
I think I would want to go to the. Is the communications building entirely destroyed?
No.
Or is it? I would go there to see if I could get information.
Okay.
The satellite arm fucking broke and fell though, right?
Yeah.
But the building is still up.
Right.
We have to go. Dax, what are you doing?
The building itself and the structure is intact, but the communications array that's on top of it is entirely destroyed. Dax, I think, pilots the Aether Sprite down. It lands on the beach, the other landing pad. And he gets out and he starts moving towards the communications tower.
Can we recall the ship and leave him here?
The Aether Sprite?
Yeah. But when I was
It's
thinking
very
that-
easy to pilot it onto the underside of the thing, but there is no like remote recall now.
Okay.
We had an astromech, I think we'd be able to. But,
Yeah, but we can't without one. Okay. Max, what are you
which is
doing?
exciting because that's dope to get one.
You said it yourself, they're all dead. There was no communications. We got them before they got out. We've got a little bit of time. We might as well get some
That's
information.
not a risk that we are willing to take. We are all at max here.
Then go, I can meet you somewhere.
Are our lives really that little to you?
I just said you could go. This is important.
More important than our
Sometimes
lives.
you've got to take risks. You can go. Go. If you want to.
You just almost got us all killed. And you're gonna do it again. For revenge. I'm sure your master would be very proud. And I'll turn the comms off.
She's not anything right now. She's dead.
I think you probably heard me disconnect the comms.
Okay, on then.
I don't say anything, I suppose, and I continue searching. I say that to myself.
Okay, the three of you on the ship.
Well, you heard him. What do you want to do?
I don't care.
I'd rather be in co-pilot, if anything. As I try to scoot over to co-pilot, someone else take controls. But if he wants to leave, if he wants to die here, then I don't know.
I'm sure he
What do
doesn't
you
want
think
to
right
die
now?
here.
I'll pilot. Tell me what you want to do.
We probably have a little bit of time, but not much.
Why don't we just stay here? Wait. Watch. Recover. And if he needs us, we're right here.
Are you willing to die for the chance that he might not? We clearly value his life more than he values ours.
I am for the light. And protecting those who are in need, and I think he needs it. So, I'm here to protect the weak. As he's probably still staring out the windshield.
Pop, do you still want to help him?
I'll do whatever you two want to do. I don't got much more fight left in me.
I don't think we do either.
This is gonna continue to happen.
I'm gonna try to. I can't medical hop because I did already. This combat.
We're out of combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will tend to your wounds.
Thank you.
As maybe you're flipping the switches and I'm just sort of like
Easy.
Sorry.
It's fine. Just
Give me your arm. You have to give me your arm.
gentle.
'Cause I'm going to start bandaging.
Here.
And I'm going to do my medical check.
Yeah. So this is. Would be great if.
I had it's more than a half.
Had the thing.
I'm going to use an upgrade.
Right.
Actually, no, I'm not. There's probably something Dex use it for. Yep. Dang. Someday I'll feel your strain. All right. No, sorry.
Right.
Looks like. Does that feel better?
No. So maybe a little worse.
You
It's fine. I mean, yeah, it feels.
It's fine, and I'm going to just
Great.
unbind the bandage. No, it's fine.
in the communications array. What is Dax up to?
I'd be looking for sort of terminal that I can gain access to.
Yeah, pretty easy to find. There's a bunch of them all over the place.
Is there anyone here? It's completely abandoned.
Yep.
And this is alien technology. This is like the technology from this world. This is an Empire technology.
Right. Yeah. This is the pretty much the same sort of terminals that you found on the previous island on Cessid. It belongs to what looks like it belongs to not necessarily the Drayden species, but the company that was operating out of the islands here, which I have forgotten what they were called, but I will tell you in 1 second because you do have that info from the droid that was shot. The Atoli Pharmaceutical Company.
Okay, I will. There's no Empire equipment here.
There's some Empire equipment, but not any. None of the computers and stuff or anything around here. There's some resources that the clones would have been using to just kind of live here, but it would be more militaristic things like weapons and armor and food and stuff, resources, rather than any sort of like direct Empire interface things, depending on what you're after, I guess. What are you looking for specifically?
I mean, I think he'd be looking for a way to get into to look for information on Order 66.
Yeah, nothing that would be here, unless you can find it on the computers that have been taken, because this planet has clearly been, or at least the surface portion of this planet has clearly been annexed by the Empire. So unless you can find it on the computer, which I think you've kind of already done. So let me think here. Maybe we can do a check. Let's see if there's anything that applies. I guess make me a warfare check at difficulty. It would be pretty high, because though you would have some experience, you wouldn't have any experience with how the Empire operates. So let's go with 4, difficulty 4 warfare check. And this is kind of a Deus Ex Machina check. Okay, 2 successes and a lot of threats. There's nothing here that is Empire equipment. It's possible that if you'd gotten onto the Lambda, or if maybe you could infiltrate one of the destroyers, like there's a destroyer in orbit, some sort of like insane mission to infiltrate that destroyer would almost certainly gain you access to the type of information that you might be looking for. But it's a suicide mission. I think the threats, I'm just going to treat them as an instinctual hunch here. To try and infiltrate one of those destroyers is pretty crazy. You have some skills, you have a lot of infiltration skills, but there are so many people on one of those, all of them armed. It would have a lot more, it would yield a greater chance because you would be able to access presumably some sort of very high level naval officer. There was, I think he identified himself as a captain. Let me see if you know, because you do know that on the ship there is a commander of sorts who is a high level. It's pretty hard for you to guesswork how high level and what this Order 66 situation is, who gave the order, why it happened, why everyone is saying that the Jedi are traitors, how this could possibly, because this would seem absolutely random as fuck to you, to be honest. The random turnaround of the clones and this traitor storyline that seems to be propagated it would be very strange, and it would register as extremely odd. So I'm not sure if you can really interpret much on what it is and how it would come down. You would need high level access. These clones were veteran clones, but they're still, for all intents and purposes, grunts on the ground. You need to find a real Imperial Navy officer, some sort of a higher level. It would have to be pretty high level, presumably. Again, this is like presuming what you would know about this stuff. I'm just double checking who's on the conquest, because I'm just reminding myself what he actually said to you. Yeah, he's a captain, so he's the highest level element near you. A captain really just means that he's in charge of that one single destroyer, that Star Destroyer. And he's in command of all of the people on there. If you could get into his quarters on that Star Destroyer and maybe access that ship at the highest level under his codes, if you could get his chain codes and get into his stuff, that's really, I think, where you'd need to be. The kind of hope that maybe there was something here, I think, drains out of you as you start searching through this stuff. You realize that the clones here would have been receiving their information through standard comms, long-range comms. They would have been stationed here for some months, and really they're just here to ensure that this long-range communication device stayed active. It doesn't seem like there's anything here that is going to give you any sort of higher level information than what the sergeant had of this squad, and it certainly doesn't seem like any of that is information to do with this thing called Order 66 that you keep hearing about. So yeah, you need to really hit some high level stuff. Again, bear in mind, you've already been in an Imperial officer's, or just an officer of the naval on the previous shuttle, and there was nothing about it on there. I'm just kind of giving you the benefit of the doubt that you would have done a quick search to see if anything came back on that previous shuttle that you were on, and there was nothing on there. So this thing is for sure at least high level, if not completely like black site work, black ops something. The only information available to you is any of the propaganda that is being put out into the galaxy so far, which is just that the Jedi are traitors and they turned on everyone on the Republic, and luckily this new Emperor was given the appropriate power suddenly to activate the clones and suddenly not only defeat the all of the droids, but also turn around on the Jedi and deal with them. But again, you would know this is propaganda.
Right. Okay.
Essentially, a dead end.
Yeah.
And it's an odd one. I think it would be an odd one. I think as well. It would be strange that this isn't pretty. Like, it doesn't make sense that all of these clones are like highly aware that you guys are traitors, but they don't have any orders beyond. They don't even have orders written. There's no like. There's nothing that traces this order other than a verbal command that happened 6 months ago. Can't imagine there's anything about that down. Although, again, I don't think you have access to it here. There's nothing really in this place. It's useless.
Yeah. So I would already know then, before I came here, that there's no...
I think you would walk in and immediately recognize that there isn't any Empire tech that would allow you to access that stuff. So you would still want to check this place, but once you've done that check, there's nothing here that's at least going to give you the access level that you need.
I'll check around, but I don't want to spend more than maybe 5 or 10 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't find anything, and I head back out to the Aether Sprite. Fire it up.
Okay, you fire it up and go where?
Well, I'm gonna hail them and see if they answer, because they shut their communications off.
Right. I mean, you can pilot it over to the Starstalker and reattach it to the underside of it, and then because it's essentially just a careful bit of piloting to reattach this to the underside of the Starstalker, and then you can just move up through the hatch into the.
I don't think I didn't. Rugo didn't turn off his communicator. It's still on if you were to communicate.
Right, but it isn't always open comms. It is a bit like calling on the phone. You have to answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll do both of those things.
Actually, Star Wars kind of does. Sorry, it does both things. It's really weird how sometimes they just will be like, "Hey, yeah, blah blah blah," and sometimes they have to answer it, and I never know what the rules are. So it's just whatever you want in the scene, because this is Star Wars.
Yeah. So I'll hail, and I'll also move the ship over to reattach it. Give them an opportunity to do something if they'd like.
Right. Are any of you doing anything about that, or are you just letting him repilot, reattach, and then rejoin?
I'm not doing anything to stop him.
I'm not doing anything to stop you.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I think after about 10 minutes, he goes in, does something, walks back out. Nothing seems to be going on. It doesn't seem like there isn't suddenly ships descending on this island. It's very possible that at some point they will certainly recognize that the communications for this area have gone down, but also without any sort of warning, there's no real reason for them to be suddenly checking whether communications in this area are down. But eventually they will notice for sure, and certainly they'll send someone to investigate it. How long that will be is kind of a question mark, but right now it doesn't seem like anything is happening immediately, and I think eventually after about 10-15 minutes of going in, checking the place, come back out, get back into the ship, pilot it over, carefully reattach the thing. I mean, you guys are relatively, some of you are a bit more beaten up than the others, but I think everyone was injured in that.
We're all.
At least the three of us were all at our max threshold.
All at our max.
And the ship itself, the Aether Sprite, took some damage both in the two combats that so I think, and also Starstalker took some damage, right? So everything's a little beaten up, but everything is functioning, including you guys. And I think Dax rejoins the crew eventually.
There's like probably this awkward moment of him climbing through the ladder to
the hatch opens and he climbs up and presents himself to you guys as you reunite.
anything?
No, there's just more pharmaceutical stuff in there. Did you scan? Are they coming?
No, they're not coming. We're leaving. And I think you should leave too.
You want me to...
Yeah, I think we should pick a destination, but when we get there, we should go separate ways.
That's what you want?
Yeah. I don't know about you two.
I don't know. I just know they were all rather tired.
I'm not going to change my mind when I've gotten sleep.
Right.
Nothing is going to change the fact that Dax lied to us and put all of our lives in danger. Oh yes, you wouldn't use your force abilities on me. But you would lie to my face for weeks on end and put us all in danger for revenge.
I told you what I was about.
You told us after we were already here.
And did I
When
say
did
revenge?
you know? Is that not what you're doing?
I want to know why. And I don't understand why you don't. How could you not want to know?
I do want to know.
Well, this is how we find out.
There are
We
lots
can't
of ways
stick our
we
hands
can
in the
find out.
sand.
There
What
are
answers
lots
did
of
you
ways we
find?
can find out.
What?
What are your answers?
Well,
Now that
we'd
this has
have
been
more
done.
if one of them were alive. All I know is they were given an order, and it doesn't make any sense.
Maybe if you had told us your desires or your plans ahead of time, we could have come up with a good strategic way of getting one and talking to one or interrogating one, but you didn't.
And how would
You
that
waited.
have gone exactly?
And we nearly died. There could have been lots of ways in which we could have snuck in, grabbed one while they were separated. There are lots of different opportunities that we'll never know or never get to explore, Dax, because you made the decision for us all.
I mean, like when there were 3 of them right next to the ship and we could have taken 2 out and grabbed one and left?
We didn't communicate any of that. We're not mind readers.
And you had
fairly
already put
sure
us in
I
the
did.
situation. You had already put us in the situation, Dax.
Because you wouldn't have done it if I hadn't.
You don't know that.
And we'd all be running blind. And we'd have no idea what was going on.
See, no,
Still
this
have
is
no
why
idea what's going
this
on,
is why we
Dax.
have to part ways. Because I would have, Dax. If you had told me this is what you needed to do, or that this was your plan, or this is what you wanted to do, we could have logically looked at a way in which we could approach it where nobody's lives are at risk, or at least not this half-baked plan.
Really?
Yes.
Because every time I come up with a plan, you say, we've been listening to you for months. I want to do it my way.
Hmm.
I'm worried about you, Dax.
I'm fine. I'm better than I've ever been. I finally understand.
Is that true? Because for understanding, you have received no answers from this. And if you do understand, then I'd like to know the answers you found. By putting us all at risk. If you don't have any answers, I agree with no order. But until then, I'm all ears.
Already made your decision. Let's just go. Where are we going?
Never said I did. That's what I'm worried about, Tax. A lot of what you're saying is not what we are saying. I never said I made a decision about what we are doing, and you are already implied that I did. We all need to be better at talking with one another. Not just on the battlefield, not about where we are going next, but how we are feeling. We are all experiencing this in 4 different stories. And there are 4 different ways it's being told. And it's quite selfish if I was to think that I knew what you were going through. I don't. But I'm willing to listen if you are willing to talk about it. If you're not, then I'm not a mind reader. I was not trained like that. So I request a little bit of communication and a little bit of generosity in these strategies and these plans. We don't have anywhere to retreat to. Our training will die with us. And that almost happened today.
Pop
I don't
nearly
wanna be
died trying to
snuffed out.
get your hostage.
Don't tell him that. He doesn't care. Why would he? Why should he?
Okay, we're listening to Rugo, right? And we're no longer deciding what other people are feeling for them.
You're right. I am sorry.
Like I said, we've all been through a lot. And it's very easy. It's a simple thing for us to assume what we're all feeling. We have a jump before... Well, right now, have we scanned? Do we know if we are safe here?
No,
There's no way we're safe here. We need to leave.
we need to leave.
Well, we have time to think, but we don't have time to stay. So let's go, and we can take our time, think, have our peace. I think we all need it. And then we are of a right mind. I think we should talk. But right now, I need to rest. I need to meditate. And I think we need to get to safety. We all agree.
I agree. We need to leave.
Yeah.
I'll go
Somebody
sit
better
down.
help me out. I sort of swim my way to the pilot seat. So I don't know what I'm doing as I start to flip switches.
Well, let me. I can pilot.
Just don't take us to another base.
I have no
Right,
idea
joke.
what's out there. Anyone have any ideas?
Are you pulling
Scoot
up
over
the
to
map?
co-pilot.
Yeah.
Do we all know this, Brad? You
Yes.
see these things here? Okay. Well, I imagine they would expect us to go to Telos if they know it was Jedi. How about Yavin 4?
It's all
I don't know
new to
anything
me.
about it. Alright, we'll go to the Yavin 4.
Well, do we know anything about it?
I don't.
Anyone?
Doesn't matter where we go.
So it's about the same
It does
As far as
matter if
I
it's
know,
not
it's just-
safe.
Well, as far as I know, there's nothing but a jungle there. But I could be wrong.
If I remember
Sounds as
correctly,
good a
the-
place as any. I'll start calculating the jump as I take us up out of the atmosphere.
Yeah. Nuada,
But
Yeah.
how bad is that headache?
Let's look at my strain. Six out of 17. So it's not that bad, but it's the only time I've ever taken strain like this before.
Yeah, make me a plain force check.
Okay.
As the ship lifts off, I think we see the four of you kind of move
That might have had
around.
difficulty on it. It did. Sorry, 1 second.
We see the Starstalker take to the atmosphere and beyond. No interaction from the Imperial Star Destroyer as you take the ship to the hyperspace lanes and head towards Yavin 4, which is relatively close to Cessid, so it shouldn't take too long to get there and you won't suffer too many there's no long journey, bits of the ship falling apart situation.
I also
New
think
Order. Yeah.
that during that, just if you would all let me, I feel like during that, you said there's no interaction between the Imperial and us. I feel like there's also mirroring inside the ship. If there was a hard cut to being inside the ship, it's also eerily quiet. Maybe the buzz
Yeah.
of the engine, but we're all just awkwardly communicating just to get up and out, and not really. It's just a slow, quiet, awkward mumbles from one another just to sort of go through the motions. I feel like that's sort of the scene.
Yeah. Yep. I'll be sitting at my normal station, I think, but I am holding a communicator in my hand.
I think Hop is where Rugo usually is, just staring at maybe a crack in the wall.
I rolled 4 light side, 1 dark side.
Yeah. Something feels odd to you, a disturbance. You feel a strange pull. I guess what would you do under that situation? Not a
If I
comfortable
felt
feeling.
an uncomfortable feeling?
It's not really a comfortable one.
What kind of a pull? Is it like a turn left or like get up and walk somewhere?
It would feel like someone is drawing energy from you. I guess. Like someone is...
Ooh.
Yeah, like that strain of yours is increasing. That headache is feeling a little stronger. And as if someone is pulling from you an energy somewhat.
Can I stop it? Is there any way I can block that? I think that's probably what I would try to do.
You would try and cut yourself off from it? You don't want to know what it is?
Yes. Well, I have to think because I'm holding a communicator that Jace and I used to talk on in the middle of the night. And if I feel like something is draining energy from me while I'm trying to think on happy memories, does it feel like it's coming from the ship? Does it feel like it's coming from...
Feels like the Force.
Oh, yes.
Yes, what?
I would like to know where it's coming from.
Okay. We see a thin human figure sat cross-legged in a plain, darkly lit room. There are red lights that are glowing softly. His eyes are tightly closed, and they suddenly open, the red light of the room reflecting off of a red iris. And he says, found ya. Which memory of your very young life would you like to give Siren? Unwillingly, but what does he get?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I would not like to give it to him, but he can have. And do I lose this memory?
No.
No? Okay. I was thinking about Jace. So I think the memory that he gets is probably one of the earlier conversations I had with Jace about, you know, whether or not, oh, this is dangerous, whether or not to be a true Jedi, it means only using the light side of the Force, or is there room for a middle ground, sort of a gray Jedi? And what does it mean to truly be good? And is good neutral?
For you, Nuada, as you lean into this feeling, at the same time as Siren experiences this memory of yours, you find yourself on an ice planet. Your stature is small, like you're looking up at a structure nearby. You look down maybe at your hands and you see you have the small hands of a child, the thick clothing that a child might wear on an icy cold planet, but not enough. You're absolutely freezing. There is ice everywhere, and as you look down, you can see that there are creatures moving amongst the water underneath the ice. Suddenly something hits you, strikes you on the side of your face. You feel a warmth as a small laceration opens, some blood running down your cheek. As you turn, you see maybe 4 or 5 children. 2 of them human, 2 of them different species, and one standing there, a Duros, holding another stone, and he pelts it towards you. What do you do?
I dodge. I try to get out of the way.
Yeah.
I stumble. I'm a child. I trip, probably.
It's awful. You struggle. You don't have any reflexes. Your reflexes are terrible. You stumble, you fall, the rock hits you, you strike the side of the building, and all of the kids laugh at you suddenly. One of them says, "Ha ha! Ugly shit!" kicking ice towards you as you scramble forwards. "What's wrong with your face? Why do you look like that? What happened to you? Why don't you have any clothes?" They begin to throw rocks at you. Trying to defend yourself is impossible as they throw more and more rocks at you, chunks of ice suddenly striking you. Eventually they kind of move away from you, and you hear a voice, now once again on the ship somewhat, but a little caught in this memory.
Well. So you think there's such a thing as a grey Jedi, do you? Nuada, was it?
What happened to your face?
How do you know about my face?
Same way you know.
Nothing happened to it.
Oh.
This is just who I am.
And this is just who I am.
You with your perfect life.
Is that what you think?
I've seen it. I can feel it.
You've seen a moment.
I know where you are. I know where you're going.
What do you want?
The same thing I wanted before. You took something from me. A holocron. It's all I want. And when I find you, and I will find you, I suggest you hand it over. Calmly, peacefully. And maybe I'll let one of you go. How about that?
What if we destroy it?
Then I will destroy you. But not before I pull the information I need from your mind. Or maybe, what's the weak one called? Dax. Yeah. Shouldn't be too hard to push him.
Did you kill those kids?
Not yet.
Can I give him another memory?
You can. What memory do you send?
The absolute and utter sadness I felt at the loss of my master. Not a pleasant one. Either that or... Actually, I think I'll send one after my first mission, the assassination mission, where I was absolutely distraught and doubting everything, but then made the decision anyway that I was doing the right thing. I'll just send him that. I was alone. I didn't have any guidance. My master was very hands-off, so I had to guide myself through understanding.
You think you know sadness?
Yes.
Okay, let's see here. I need you to make me a discipline check. The difficulty would be pretty high. Let's go with difficulty 4.
I will use a light side.
Okay.
Can I do that here or no?
You can.
Okay. Okay. Discipline, yes?
Mm. Not a success.
Not a
And
fail
you
either.
generate a threat. Right. Not an outright fail. Not an outright success. You feel a torrent of bitterness followed by anger from a deeply scarred young man. The type of bitterness and the type of sadness that can only come with intelligence, followed by cunning, followed by a deep-seated need to gain power and control, followed by the enormous, overwhelming sense that comes with the power of the dark side and the means to act on all of those feelings. I think it would probably be such an enormous mental and physical sensation that pours into you as you understand something more about this person. This person is haunted by a deep inner turmoil and just a longing for something more, and is chasing it and is planning to do something very dark. And I think it cuts the connection between the two of you as your ship moves into space. And again, we follow the image of this person sat cross-legged as this connection between you is severed. He's still accessing your ability through his mimicry, still accessing the ability to follow you where you go. He sees where you're going to go. He sees something that we haven't yet played, an upcoming scene, and stands up. We see this individual with his twisted, red-looking eyes, darkness under his eyes, and around them this face that he has lacks a nose, any cartilage in his nose. This malformation of the zygomatic bone, his cheekbones raised upwards, give his face a sort of twisted skull look, with his eye sockets pushed upwards and apart. His hair pulled back in a dirty bun, dark hair, dark robes. And he says to himself,
See you soon.